welcome back to our channel.
Hello.
Happy New Year.
Happy 2019.
It's finally 2019, although we're really going to miss the Christmas season.
I'm extremely upset that it is not Christmas anymore.
Yeah, it really sucks. But we're really looking forward to a new year. And then we thought it would be really cool to reflect on 2018 and all the good that it brought us, and the challenges it brought us as well. So we have found a few questions that we're going to answer, each of us, and share. It's like a 2018 reflection. And it'll be kind of cool because we can look back on this video too and be like, oh, yeah, maybe we'll do one in 2019 as well, and we can look at what our goals were, or that kind of thing.
And what happened. You know, you always set a certain thing, like, I want 2019 or 20 whatever to go this way, and then ends up not. But it's not for the best, I think.
Yeah.
But it's nice to reflect.
Exactly. So we're in our comfy clothes. We got our hair up. We don't
Slightly
care.
Sick. Don't care.
Yeah, we're both slightly sick. And we got our tea. So we're ready to go. So get yourself some tea and enjoy.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Continue.
So the first one. I'll ask you first.
Yeah.
What was the single best thing that happened this past year? And it says single, so it can only be one.
It sucks that I have to only pick one.
Well, we know what it is.
It's obviously
It's
that I got
obviously
married.
It's obviously me.
Sorry, love, it's Kristen.
Yeah.
It was never you.
Yeah.
You were just a cherry on top, that's all. Yeah,
Okay, let's talk about that. Let's talk about it.
Definitely getting married. It doesn't feel like it happened for those of you who have gone through the whole process, have had your day, and then it's passed. Sometimes, honestly, it feels like it didn't happen. It feels like a blur. It just was so quick. But the process in itself was a year. And that I can remember back on. I can remember back on the ups and downs and all the fun stuff that came with it. But then on the actual day, I don't remember a thing. But I do have photos, so I do have evidence that this happened. But yeah, that I wish I could repeat that day over and over and over again. Because there were people that, on my husband's side, Caleb, on his side, there were friends that haven't been under the same roof for years, and they all got together for us under the same roof, so it was kind of like a reunion for them. So that was nice, and seeing my family again from Edmonton, that was really, really fun. So yeah, I really wish I could redo that day, every single day, over and over again. It was fantastic.
Aww.
Nana, boo.
Okay, so the single best thing that happened to me this past year was reuniting with Ashleen, obviously.
That, if they didn't say single,
Yeah.
I would have picked my wedding.
But it's
and
a part of it though. Like, I was a part of it too, so it's like, it's the whole thing. Like, the way that it felt that day was
sneaky
everything. But yeah, so mine was reuniting with Ashleen, so obviously you guys don't know, but we had, you know, a time period where we both experienced growth, and it was like it was a break, basically, not to sound dramatic, but it was just like a friendship break. Like, we both needed to do different things at that time, and we're both strong believers that things happen as they're supposed to. So, you know, Ashleen focusing on her relationship and growing it and doing a good job of that, and then me figuring out myself, facing my demons, facing, you know, some mental blocks that I had. That was what I had to do. And then it's like, okay, once we both conquered both those things, it was like, you know, God kind of saying, okay, you guys are now ready to have an adult friendship, because it's a lot different than what we had before.
Yeah.
Like, a lot different. And like, spiritually, like, mentally, it's a lot different. And I think it's much more of a healthy friendship now, because we don't, like, we rely on each other, but we don't rely on each other. Like, I can go to you when I need you can come to me when I need you, but it's not like every second of every day.
Yeah. It's
It's not texting every second of every day, and we needed each other a lot more than we probably should have at that time.
Yeah.
And we had to find ourselves as individuals. So when was it?
I think it was
March?
Yeah, it was.
I think it was March.
It was March.
Yeah.
Wow.
So in March of 2018, I reached out to Ashleen, and I asked her to go for coffee with me, and we did.
Best thing ever.
And that was it. And then that was it. All of a sudden, I was in her wedding, and everything just happened as it was supposed to happen, which we're really, really happy and grateful about. Anyway, I'm rambling, but that would be the single...
timing.
Yeah.
Perfect timing.
It was, but honestly, like, when I knew that she was engaged, I knew she was getting married, I knew when her wedding date was just because of social media, and we had mutual friends. Honestly, my intention of reaching out to her in March was I was worried she wouldn't want to talk. So I wanted to say, you know what? I'm this whole different person now. It's the beginning of the year, because it was 3 months in. And I thought, I would like to at least say sorry for certain things and just kind of get that off of my chest. No matter if she wanted to talk or not, I would like to at least apologize for my part in it, so I could find some closure. And that's what it was about. It was never about sneaking my way into her wedding or doing that. It was just about closure. And then because of that, it ended up being like a really beautiful, awesome thing.
We probably sat there for like 2.5 hours until she was like late in getting to what appointment you had afterwards, or what you needed to do afterwards. And we just sat there and talked and talked and talked. Yeah, it was probably one of the hardest things I've ever had to go through. Because no matter what, throughout the year that we weren't speaking, I would always, with every week, I would have a thought of her all the time. Just because she was like another sister to me. And all of a sudden she's gone, right? And it's upsetting. It's really hard. But her timing and the way we rekindled again, and then seeing how we are now, it just seems like it was probably the best thing that we ever did for us to be stronger as friends and move forward and be there for each other. I mean, now it's kind of like, now we don't feel afraid. We're just like, we're friends. We know we're there for each other. We respect each other. We just, everything she said.
Oh, it's true. It's true. And it's basically like what I learned from it too, is that it's okay to take time for yourself. It's okay to make mistakes, and it's okay to
be a little selfish.
Yeah. It's okay. Just as long as there's a point where you've experienced your growth, where you come back and be like, okay, let me go back and reflect. Like, what do I need to fix? What do I need to address? What do I need to do in order to find closure? And that's what I did. I sat there and I wrote things down. And the first thing that came to my mind was, I need to figure out Ashleen. So it was just like, okay, I need to apologize. First and foremost, if she doesn't want to be friends with me, then that's okay too, because that might be a part of her journey, her growth as well, right? I'm really, 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 really happy and grateful that it worked out the way that it did. But we had to both, find ourselves. And I'm really happy that we had that time, because we needed to. We both needed to in different ways. So anyway, wow, that was a huge...
but it was such a big thing.
But it was the biggest thing that happened to me in 2018. Like, I'm extremely happy.
If I didn't get married, that would have been top one of the biggest things that ever happened. I mean,
obviously, being in your wedding was like the coolest thing ever. Like, I was a bridesmaid.
That was what we've always talked about.
Yeah.
For years, even before we stopped talking to each other, that's what we were talking about. And the fact that it actually happened and came to fruition, I was like, oh my god.
Yep. And it all just came together. Okay, we promise we won't be as long-winded. But that was a deep question. Like, some of these aren't as deep, so that was a deep question. Okay. Number 2. What was the single most challenging thing that happened in 2018? That's hard. Good luck.
Do you want to answer that first one?
Sure. Okay. So, the most challenging thing that happened to me in 2018 kind of goes with number 1. And they won't all be like that, but they do go together. And that was finding the courage to address things that scared the shit out of me. And what scared me was not getting a text back from you, right? When I'm saying, hey, like, do you want to meet for coffee, whatever. One of my biggest fears was she may not answer me. Like, she may not want to. Maybe she doesn't have my number anymore or whatever, or that number anymore that I messaged. So it was just like a big fear. So that was a huge challenge. And also, like, just overcoming overcoming yourself and your fears. Like, you just gotta be like, one day you have to be like, life is too short.
Yeah.
So what do I need to do in order to be happy now? Because I've addressed my physical, which we'll talk about later, but my physical issues, and I worked towards them, and I've reached goals, and I felt more powerful than ever. So I was like, you know what? I just gotta do it. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, but I can say that I tried, or it's gonna work out and something beautiful is gonna happen. And the latter worked. Like, it worked. So just overcoming myself. That was the biggest challenge I had to overcome in 2018, which is like fighting my own self.
I would say the same
and
thing.
my fears.
100%. I would say the exact same thing. Even though I was very preoccupied with wedding this, wedding that, planning this, planning that, there was definitely moments where there would be past demons that would just lurk in and just put into my brain these negative thoughts, and I would just, some days I would just let it consume me. Other days I would be able to battle it thanks to the help of Kristen or my husband Caleb. It was, I think, because of my faith and going to church every Sunday, which we started doing in the middle of 2017, having that as something to lean on helped a lot. But there's definitely some work that I needed to do on myself, which I'm still doing. It's honestly, sometimes it's never ending. You cannot be perfect. I'm going to have days that are going to be pretty awful, but as long as I know how to cope with it is what I realized I really need to start leaning on more, is relying on myself to be able to work through something. Whereas I would just, me as a person, I would psych myself out of healing when I would be going through something. So 2018, from the start of the year to now, even though from the outside looking in, it may not be that many steps to somebody else, but to me, it's huge steps that I had to overcome just by even talking to myself and telling myself, hey, no, Ashleen, you're not this, you're not that, you're this, you're that. Like, just trying to give myself some positive outlook on things, because people always think like, oh, you know, you're getting married, like you have everything. It's like, yeah, but if I don't have myself, that doesn't mean I have everything. Yes, I have a fantastic husband, my best friend back in my life, but there's still things inside of me that just keep lurking and lurking. But all I can say is that 2018 was a challenge on just trying to work past that and just trying to make sure I can get through that. And I did.
Yeah.
It's 2019, I'm still here.
I'm still
good.
Here.
Still
I'm talking
here.
to you.
I'm talking, so yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. So pick 3 words to describe this past year.
Love would definitely be one. Friendship is definitely a second one.
The third one.
Damn. The third one. Okay, love, friendship. Love, obviously, because of the wedding. Friendship, because of you. And then, I think career. If I had to say, like, just career-wise. Because I was working somewhere. It was great. But there was factors that popped up that really made me feel like I wasn't enough. But that I should be comfortable in not being enough. That's how it ended up.
You weren't being
feeling.
challenged, yeah.
Wasn't being challenged, and when I would ask to have more challenging things come my way, they would kind of psych me out of it. They would just kind of tell me, I don't know, like, maybe not. And, you know, there came a point in time, I think in May, where I was like, I'm sorry, no, I'm not okay with this anymore. Like, I deserve a lot more than this. I work hard. This isn't fair. This is not okay anymore. And it's very hard for me to have change. If change occurs, I'm really not that good with it. It takes me a while to ease into change. So that was difficult, but taking the step and doing that, I am so happy where I am. So happy where I am. I'm getting challenged. People rely on me. People think I'm doing fantastic. I get rewarded for it. It's a great feeling, and you feel like you have a purpose where you're working instead of going there and sitting at a desk and just kind of doing little to nothing, and that's what people expect you to do. So, career, love, friendship.
I love that.
Yeah, what about you, boo?
Okay, so for me, it would be unity. And that is it's more than just one thing. It's unity within myself, and it's unity within us. So I like unity because I feel like I'm united. Like I'm united with myself again, and we're united. So it's great. Reunited actually.
So good. It had to happen.
Had to have some kind of musical break. The second one would be resilience. Because that's what I feel like I've been this year. Or 2018. 2018 was a really good year for me because I told myself I was going to make it a good year for myself. And resilience really only ties into, primarily ties into my work and what I do. And I used to take everything to heart all the time. Whether it was with friends or strangers or coworkers, bosses, whatever. And I started to realize that does literally nothing for you, at all. You need to take some stuff out of what people say and use it as criticism if that's what it is. If it's just harsh, put that, don't even file that into your mind. Just what's the word? Dispense, right? Yeah. Dispense of it right away. Just get it away right away. And so I fought a lot. I fought really hard. I told myself, okay, this is who you are. This is what you're going to do. This is what you're going to accomplish. And I didn't stop until I did. And there was a lot of barriers that I overcame. And that was only because I told myself, Kristen, you're going to be resilient. So resilience was a big one for me. And then I would say, what would be my third one? Probably
unity, resilience.
I would say, it's so hard. I'm gonna be lame and say happiness because I felt a lot of it in 2018 between me and my fiance and our relationship. It's been so much stronger within me and myself, so much stronger. Me and Ashleen couldn't be happier. Even me with Caleb as well. We are all a lot happier with each other in our life or in each other's lives now because we are totally different. Especially me. I'm so much different. Physically, mentally, spiritually, just so much different. So I would say happiness for sure.
So proud of you.
Yeah, I'm so excited. It was a great year. Okay.
By the way, if you're hearing
what was the biggest thing you learned this past year?
Okay. So the biggest thing for me was friendship and seeing different colors of people, good and bad. I noticed, you always want as many friends as possible, but then, the biggest test is probably when you need somebody the most and for a long period of time, if you're depending on them or whatever it is. Sometimes you see friends just come out of nowhere and you're like, oh my gosh, you really do care for me. Oh my goodness, I didn't know that. And then there's friends that were the closest to you that you realize just kind of drift away. And that's okay. That's totally fine. I would always allow friends throughout the years just kind of use me. If they are upset with me, I'd be the one to apologize. If they hurt me, I would let it go. It would affect me personally on my own, but I wouldn't let it affect the friendship. And I realized how much damage that did to me in seeing what I'm worth. And now, till this day, I'm still battling, trying to say, hey, Ashleen, you're worth more than that. But it's my own fault because I allowed that. So this year, I have grown to be okay with not investing so much in certain friendships, and that's totally fine. They've kind of plopped down to acquaintances, and that's okay as well. It's just because I know what would benefit me in my life and what wouldn't. And I mean, this goes for anyone. If you have friends that are not treating you right or are making things more difficult for you when you're already going through a difficult time in your life, there's no reason to keep them. There's really no reason. It's respect. It all comes down to respect and loving the person for who they are and what they're going through in their life. And if there's no respect for that, then I don't really know how to continue a friendship. So for me, I definitely invested more in friendships that matter and in friendships that don't. And I'm totally cool with that.
Yeah, I love that.
What about you, boo?
The biggest thing I learned this past year is super cliche, but basically, like, when everybody says that you can't truly be happy until you're happy with yourself, it's real. It's 100% real. Like, and this is so deep, but I mean, like, there were times where in 2017 it was a really rough year for me. I completely lost myself. I didn't know who I was looking at anymore physically. I didn't know who was in my head anymore, controlling like all my thoughts and my fears, and I just didn't know that person. And I feel like everybody's capable of reaching a point where they're like, hold on, this needs to stop. I need to make changes here, because I could see my relationships, well, my friendships were failing. My relationship was being tested far more than it needed to be, and I myself, like, my energy was down. My mental state was awful. I didn't have drive. I didn't know myself anymore. All the qualities that I used to love about myself were gone, and or not necessarily gone, but just like incredibly hidden. So I really made it a priority in 2017, 2018 specifically to make myself happy. And it's made a world of difference. Like, I can now have healthy relationships. I have a wonderful relationship with my fiance. I have a wonderful relationship with you and with your husband. And it's never been better, honestly, for me. So that's the biggest lesson I learned, is you literally need to be happy with yourself before you can make anybody else happy. Or have any other healthy relationships. You've got to start with you. And it's so cliche, but I really learned that. I really learned that in 2018. You have to start with yourself. Okay, next one. What was one thing that made you laugh so hard that you cried in 2018?
Oh my god. No.
That's a good question, and there's got to be, like, it's anything. It could be, I'm trying to think.
I guarantee you,
I know.
Caleb probably knows.
I know one.
He would be able to easily find one for me. In my head, I'm like,
or like laugh really hard. Like, not, it doesn't, maybe not crying, but like laugh super, super hard.
You go first. I'm trying to think. I don't even
I have one. Yes. Okay. So.
Yeah, you won't even be able to say it.
Okay. So for Ashleen's bachelorette, we went to Penticton. So it was like a girls' road trip, and it was super fun. So what we did is we decked out my car. I was one of the vehicles that drove up. And we decked out my car. It was all like chalked and chalk painted and all this stuff, balloons and like streamers. And we did the inside too. The interior was actually more than the exterior. Had like pictures of Caleb and her in the car, like fairy lights, and it was really actually quite cozy and cute. Anyway, so needless to say, my car kind of popped out as we're driving. So basically what happened is we had a lot of people wave and honk, because like that's what you do when you drive by like a bachelorette party vehicle thing.
Just thumbs up.
Yeah, and like literally on her window side it says wave to the bride, and it was like an arrow pointing to her face. So it was really cute. So we had a lot of people wave and whatever, but the funniest one was when a cop, do you remember? The cop like turned its lights on.
And we thought we were gonna get pulled over.
It scared the crap out of us. Like, we thought, I was like, I mean, I guess I kind of was speeding, but it wasn't like more than like 10 over or anything.
Obviously, you freak out if you're a little bit over even.
Yeah, well, when the lights go on, you're like, what did I do? What did I do? But he was just like letting us.
Well, actually, he was a ghost car.
Yeah.
Okay? He was a ghost car. We actually did not know he was a cop. Actually, yes, I remember.
Yeah.
We didn't know that he was actually a cop.
Mm-hmm.
I should probably just hold this.
Yeah.
So when he looks over, he's like, oh, nice, woo. But then when he pulls, he goes ahead, he quickly turns on his lights. And we realized, we're like, oh my gosh, that was a cop.
Yeah.
In a ghost car that just did that and just revealed himself to us that he is a ghost car.
And then went back incognito after
Went
that.
back incognito, and I'm like, oh my
It
gosh.
was really cute.
I feel so special that a cop car revealed that he's a cop in a cop.
It was really funny. And then we had like the same couple with their kids, like in like this SUV. And like, I guess we were driving the same direction for a while, so they kept coming up and like waving, and then we, speed ahead of them, and they come back up and wave some more, and it was
At
it
some
was really
point,
cute.
it's like, we're not going to wave anymore.
It was really funny. Honestly, it was really, at the time we were laughing so hard. We're like, oh my God, okay, now it was starting to get awkward. People kept meeting, so I was like, okay, well, now I'm going to slow down, and oh yeah, it was funny. It was good. I like that one.
Think of one. I mean, okay, this didn't happen in 2018 though. I know this is for 2018, but
Are you
the only hilarious
No.
that I can think of right now, and I lost the video. I think I have it somewhere on the cloud or something. I don't know.
That's the best video ever.
It's the best thing that ever happened to us. So we're driving back home from Kristen's dad's place, and I think it was like May around that time, and we're driving, and I see this guy on. I think it was I don't even think it was a motorcycle. I think it was just like a moped or something like that he was on. And I look over and I see this dog. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's the dog. Or moped. All of a sudden, and we're listening to G-Eazy. Like, what was it?
Yeah.
I Mean It.
I Mean It. Yeah,
I Mean It by
G-Eazy.
G-Eazy in the car.
So like we're thugging.
And it's the chorus pops up. And this dog turns his head.
Like slow-mo. Like we're looking at this dog. Ashleen's got her phone out, and all of a sudden, like right when the chorus hits,
his head just turns, and he just has these goggles on, just out the way.
straight up goggles.
It looks like shades, and this dog's just like a white dog with like black goggle like shades.
His ears are flapping in the
plastic
wind.
in her ears. I wish I could find it.
Honestly, the fact that you had it on
Just to show
video
me.
was the best. Like it was okay. It was the best video ever. It's the best video I've ever seen. Like it could probably win something on America's Funniest Home Videos.
Oh my gosh, totally.
It was that kind of video. It was so funny.
Hilarious.
That's a good one. I love that.
I know that was in 2018, but that was the only thing I could think of.
No, that's good. Here's a good one. What was your favorite movie of 2018 that you saw? That's gonna be really hard.
Like released in 2018?
Sure, let's do that.
Okay, it was just recent. It wasn't like throughout the year, but Winnie the Pooh.
Really?
The Christopher Robin one.
That's your favorite movie the whole year? Wow, I better see that.
It was the cute. For those of you who've
Wow.
seen it, you probably understand. Just because Winnie the Pooh just hits home, and it hits like
Special spot in
childhood. And when you see, nowadays when things are animated, it almost looks just real. It looks 100% real. So you could see Tigger and
Aw,
Pooh and
Piglet.
Eeyore and Piglet. Oh my god! And oh my god, they were just like that movie pulled on my heartstrings. That was just I can't. Like if you have not seen that movie, please watch it. If you
watch it right
were like raised in the 90s, please watch it. It is a crime not to. That movie was fantastic. So cute. And I didn't watch it in theaters. We watched it when it just came out.
Mm.
So that was mine. What about you, hun?
Okay, there's three that I literally couldn't choose from. There's no way that I could choose from them. Like I couldn't even rank them 1, 2, 3 because they're all one.
They're all one.
They're all
I
one.
guarantee you these are like Marvel ones.
Oh my god!
I knew it.
Okay, not all of them though. Okay, so the first one is Black Panther.
Yep, I knew that one. I was about to say that one.
Black Panther was life changing, and I saw it 4 times in theaters. Actually, that's the most I've seen a movie in theaters.
Holy
was Black
crap.
Panther. And I probably could have seen it again. It was so good. The second one was Deadpool. Actually, Deadpool 2.
Deadpool was hilarious.
Deadpool 2 was great. Deadpool 2 was amazing.
It was really funny.
So good. The third one actually was Oh no, I've lost it.
Are you sure it was one of your favorites?
It is, but I just lost the name of the title.
Who was in it?
Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga.
Oh, A Star Is Born.
Thank you, Star Is Born. I kept wanting to say Born this way. Star Is Born. Star Is Born was one of those movies that I literally couldn't. I think I texted you after I watched it. I couldn't separate myself from that movie. Like, I got so into that movie that when we left, I actually, like, it's a very sad movie. No spoilers, but it's a very, very sad movie. And I've never been that emotionally affected by a movie before, ever. Like The Notebook hit me hard, you know, like, A Watch and Remember tugs at my strings and I cry when I watch it. But then when I turn it off, I'm good. This movie, it took me until the next morning to feel better because we came home from it and I was still crying. Like, that's how wonderful the acting was and how great the chemistry was between Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga. Like, wow, if they don't win awards for that movie, I don't even know. Yeah. I don't even have faith. But those three, number one, I couldn't choose.
They're all.
I like that question. That's good.
That was a cute one.
Okay. Okay, so what was your favorite concert in 2018?
We didn't even go to any this year.
Did I this year? Oh, I guess I did.
Okay, we actually didn't go this year, last year. Oh my gosh. We didn't go to any concert last year.
I did technically the rock concert.
I definitely didn't.
Okay, so how about we just change the question because we both kind of sort of did not go to concerts last year. We're on like meshing 2017, 2018. Okay, so what's your favorite concert of 2017?
Coldplay. 100% Coldplay. That, oh my god. Like, okay, I really wasn't that into concerts before. But obviously my husband, he's a singer. He
that's not
produces
obvious.
music.
These people don't know you.
He's a singer, obviously. He's a singer. But he's obsessed with concerts. Like, he's probably been to 50 plus concerts.
That's crazy.
So for me, the most concerts I've ever done was in 2017. It's probably like four, I think. There was One Republic, Bruno Mars, Coldplay. Oh, and Halsey. So yes, 4. I saw 4.
Wow, those are
in
good
2017.
Names.
There would have been a concert last year, JT, but he bruised his vocal cords, so now it's this year. Otherwise, we would have gone to one. Mm-hmm. But yeah.
They're all
2 minutes and 33 seconds.
Okay, so you have to.
Okay, yeah, Coldplay. Keeps cutting off on me. But anyways, your turn, honey.
Okay, so my favorite concerts that I went to in 2017. I can't remember what year we went to Squamish. Were we talking?
I don't think so.
That was Squamish then.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, so it must have been 2017. So it would be a tie between The Weeknd, because I saw The Weeknd in 2017, or Eminem at Squamish.
Okay, yeah, Eminem would probably take it.
Eminem at Squamish, that's a life-changing...
Caleb did that. He saw Eminem in Squamish like years ago.
Oh, really?
Years and years ago. And he was like, that was probably the best concert I've ever been to in my whole life.
Definitely. He's amazing. He's amazing.
I've never seen him in concert, but
he doesn't come in Canada. Like, he never does. Ever.
I think it was like...
It's so rare.
I don't remember when he went.
Why are you laughing? What are you doing?
Oh.
None of that's on camera, so thanks. Oh my god. If you guys
just grabs the tail.
Okay, we'll do one last question. How's that?
You're like, what are you doing? He's like, shh, grab.
Yeah, he's like sneaking in, like.
Oh my god.
Okay. Okay, here. Last question.
We got enough time, I'm sure.
Name somewhere that you traveled in 2018.
Hawaii, Kauai, done.
Yeah.
Honeymoon.
And mine is Disneyland!
Nice.
Woo! And Universal Studios.
Oh, I'm so jelly.
It was the best. That was in May. And that was my Christmas gift. That we ended up going in May. And it was great. And we were there for our anniversary.
Oh,
yeah.
It looked beautiful.
It was amazing.
I've never been to Disneyland. I really want to go.
Okay, guys, thank you for watching this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed this chit chat kind of video. We're looking forward to next year where we do a 2019 reflection. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and comment down below. And we will see you guys in our next video.
Bye.
Bye.
That worked.
There we go.